Cronin Toyota and Cronin Nissan are honored to partner with Proudly We Served, as well as the continued support of our local active and retired military veterans across eastern Indiana.
I'm Al Bledsoe, Veterans Foreign War Post 1108.
Ron Chappell, Chaplain for Vietnam Veterans Post 777 here in Richmond, and co-host with Al here at Proudly We Serve. Our guest this morning, ladies, we're going to let you introduce yourself so we don't mess it. Okay.
I'm Denise Retz, Park Recreation. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, all right.
And I'm Ashley Miller, the Sports and Recreation Coordinator at the Parks Department.
Sports and Rec. Oh,
Well, thanks
man.
for coming.
Thanks for having us.
Before we get started, let's talk about the Veterans Appreciation Dinner that's going to be December the 8th at 5 o'clock. And reservations need to be in by November the 17th. November the 17th, need to RSVP to go to the dinner, and it's December the 8th, and it starts at 5 o'clock. And then also, let's remember Veterans Day, which is
Yes.
11th month, 11th hour. That'll be at Veterans Park. 11th month, and the 11th hour at the Parks Department.
Right,
So
right.
with that, have you got anything to say? If not, we're going to let these
I
young
always have
ladies
something to say,
tell
but
us.
it may not be pertinent to what we
Okay.
want to talk about this morning.
Yeah,
So, ladies, we're so glad to have you here this
Yeah,
morning,
for
and
sure.
we're glad that the Parks Department took this effort, this mission, if you will, to take over the Veterans Parade. That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell us, how did you guys come up with this? I mean, what inspired you to want to do this?
Well, I have to say that veterans have been just very supportive of all that the Parks Department has been able to do in the last 2 years. And it's been a lot of the reason from our friends who are through the Wayne County Veterans Memorial Park, the VFW Post 1108. And a lot of veterans, they help us out tremendously through the Parks Department with volunteering and helping in any efforts that we ever ask of them. And when the article went in the paper and Ron Wiedek had worked so tirelessly in the last 9 years to produce the awesome parades that were happening down Main, we collectively within our department saw a need. And when we see a need in the city, we try to fulfill it as much as we can or help partner to fulfill that. And that is what we did. We talked to Ron and said, Ron, would you be interested in partnering with us to continue this parade and work with the veterans to make this happen this year? So we sat down and we talked about different routes and different options, and just said we would be willing to help in any capacity, logistics, setup, marketing, promotion, all of that to try to help offset this, to have this opportunity for the community. He and some of the other veterans that are engaged in this parade gladly complied and was very thankful for our efforts. We have a great team at Richmond Parks and Recreation that love this community, love this city, love our veterans. And I sat them down and talked to them about this opportunity, and they were equally excited and wanted to help out. So we had a short little window to engage.
Yeah,
sure.
And we just felt that no matter how many entries, we may not be able to meet the 80 that were in a couple years ago, but at least there'll be a parade of some sort, and that was the thought behind it.
Route being a major challenge right now with all the construction going on. Have you determined a specific route that the parade's going to take?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm sure people are wondering, how are they going to have a parade?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think that, there are some challenges along Main Street right now, and the challenges are being seen by everyone, but it's all in an effort to make our city better. And so we want to make sure that we continue the efforts with the organizations that also make the city better. And so we have determined that North E and North 11th is where we'll stage the parade all the way to North 12th. And then we'll continue through to North C from North E. So we'll stage everything around that.
It's gonna be on North E.
And we're going to go down North E.
Okay.
We're going to go down North E, and we're going to head through the Depot District, past Better Homes and Gardens. We're gonna pass, Parker Building. We're going to go around the corner. We're going to pass Roscoe's, and then we're going to end and disband at Little Shiva's.
Oh, okay.
And there'll be bus parking for the bands at a small company there that have agreed to use their lot. We also, which is a pretty cool thing, we're trying to engage everyone along the route as well as the entire community to actually bring their patriotism to the whole entire city, and we're doing a storefront competition. Or anyone who wants to participate, decorate in the red, white, and blue. And the Grand Marshal, which will be Ron Wiedek, will be judging. So anyone who wants to be involved in the storefront, if they're not on the route, they can call the park office at 983-PARK and just register to be involved in the storefront competition so that the Grand Marshal can consider your storefront and see exactly what kind of red, white, and blue spirit you have. And Ashley can talk a little bit about the application process because she's been very involved in that.
Yes. So we have gotten a pretty good number of applications so far. But we have an online registration form, and we also have applications that are available in our office just for pickup, and you can always bring them back. And the registration form that is online is on our Facebook page. It's pinned to the top of our page in the event. And once it's filled out, they'll come directly to me, so then I can put everyone in the parade lineup and get all the information entered. But I'm really excited to be doing this. I'm glad we're doing it, and I hope to get a lot more registration forms and a lot more participants for the parade so they can get what they deserve.
How is the reception been? Do we have, are the bands coming? What bands are coming? Do you know yet? Or is that
working on the bands. They're working on the 3 combined ones. Yes, I've talked to them a couple times. They're still trying to figure out who all is going to be able to come. But he said they're definitely going to be in there.
Okay, you guys missed me. 3 combined ones. Where we?
Okay.
What are the combined?
Centerville, Richmond, and Northeastern?
Yes.
They're gonna make one band out of.
They make what they call a countywide band.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And they play the same song, and they continue walking together in all 3 uniforms.
That is awesome.
And this is all about being partners and collaborating and and showing our appreciation for the service.
Wow.
And so, we will not deny any application as long as they are showing their red, white, and blue spirit. If that's carrying a flag, or if it's just a small waving flag, which we'll be passing out on our park float, which our park float's going to be pretty good. We've got
bringing the competition.
We're bringing in the competition on the float. So we're very excited to be involved and active in this parade, and it's a way for us to give back to not only the community but the veterans that have supported us so much.
Sure.
They've supported our drop slide at the pool. They've supported the Middle Fork playground. They support so many efforts for children in this community and in different organizations that it's time to show our support.
Well, and I think it's, Ron Wiedek, like you said, worked tirelessly. I mean, he's done a lot of work there for 9 or 10 years. But that's a lot of organization trying to get all of that stuff together and get everybody on the same page at the same time. And then you got last minute people, because I've been involved in it for about 5 years, I guess. And it's difficult to make sure everything's in line and everything's running in order and everything's done the way that it should. I mean, it's pretty hard to, sometimes it's like herding cats. You can't really get.
We're not letting him get too far away.
No.
He's very active and involved in this parade as well. He'll jump in the Grand Marshal vehicle and head down, but he'll be helping set up everything. he's been pushing
Oh, I know,
the
yes.
applications and the posters and things like that, and telling everybody about it. We have a committee of people that meet bi-weekly, and everyone's willing to help. All veterans have been fabulous. What
Yeah.
do you need? How can I help? What do you need the day of? We're gonna have a small registration tent at the corner of North E, and we'll have coffee and donuts and things like that for people who are coming in
Yeah.
and registering, and the veterans who are helping, and anyone who wants to gather. One of the cool things I feel like Ron told us is this was never about a parade
Yeah.
for us.
Right.
It was always about an event to gather the veterans together and be together. And so that was important to me, to continue that effort. No matter who's putting on the parade or who's involved,
Yeah.
that event will still happen
Sure.
as long as we can possibly
Yeah, and
make it happen.
it's about the veterans, and I think as long as that focus is maintained all the time, I think we're in good shape with that. Because if we hadn't had it this year, it's been said several times in some of the meetings I've been in, if we hadn't had
Yeah.
the parade this year, we would have probably just
It might have
dissipated
gone
and
away.
it would have went by the wayside.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're thankful that somebody was able to pick up the ball and say, look, I can do this, because not many cities, if you will, or whatever, will do that. You know, they
Right.
just don't have any. There's not the interest in veterans affairs that there used to be.
You know,
don't
I
think.
found in my 23 years being here, this community tends to be more pro-veteran than any place else I've been, and I've been in a lot of places. You know,
Yeah,
and
I
so
would
I
agree
found a
with that.
lot of support for veterans, a lot of services that are provided for veterans. But one of the things that I've noticed, we do have a lot of veterans who are disconnected, you know, because we've talked to try
Yeah.
to get them involved in the Vietnam Veterans Association and the VFW and that kind of thing. And so something like this will help to kind of draw them.
Exactly.
know?
Exactly.
Well, you have to face the reality that our generation
Your
is-
generation.
I'm not going to comment. So anyway, so what I'm saying though is that our generation, I'm very thankful for the energy that I've got. But realistically, the older you get, the more you feel that. No matter how, I mean, it's really an effort really to get involved, and like what you're doing. I'm glad someone younger, if you will, has taken
Appropriate.
taken it and said, look, I can do that and keep pushing it. See, because otherwise, like I said before, it's going to dissipate, and then we just don't have a veterans parade. So,
Well, we're lucky that we have a team of 3 coordinators, and the mayor's very supportive of us taking
Yeah.
on extra duties for the year that we may not have been expecting. So he's very much
Yeah.
supportive and thankful that we are working through this. And so his support is instrumental in this as well.
Sure.
And no one wants the Veterans Parade to stop. I think everyone has been overjoyed with it to continue
Sure.
and pick up momentum as we go with some of the new life and the new blood that we're pouring into it. So I do believe that it will grow, and we may start
Yeah.
off in a slow time period. We may have just a few. Our goal is 50 entries.
We're over halfway.
And
Is
we're
that
over
right?
halfway.
All right.
And so a lot of people will be last minute. A lot of people, though, calling in and saying, how can I help? And continue that. 93
Sure.
Park, we'll put you to work. If you want to be on the committee, we'd love to have you. We'll definitely use your services. And there's a lot of veterans that'll be helping the day of. And that's huge for us. We're only so many people, but, more hands make
Giving back.
big work.
Sure. Well, I think once the veteran community, if they grab hold of it, that's the thing. And like you said, we have an outstanding, I think, veterans community where we really get kind of involved in stuff a lot, and it's. I think it's a good thing. And once it grabs a hold, and it may be like you said, it might be a little thin this year, but realistically, it's almost like starting over in the growing process and people getting used to not calling Ron Weedick or sitting in meetings at the club or something and listening to that stuff. So I'm just really glad that it's happening. We need to get the date out there. Make
Yes.
sure we got
Yes.
the date and the time and all that stuff before it gets out of here.
November 10th at 12.
November 10th at 12 o'clock.
Yes,
Well,
sir. It's on a Saturday.
Okay, so we're going to
Start lining up about 10 a.m.
Okay,
Anybody can come.
and we're going to
out.
line up. Where are you going to start lining up? 11th Street?
North E and North 11th.
North E and 11th. Okay.
We'll shut down, and that's another important thing for the community to understand, is we'll be shutting down North E all the way through the Depot District, and then we'll be shutting down North 11th as well, so we can definitely stage there, and then we'll also be shutting down some of the roads in between. So you may be getting a notice, and we'll just really hope that you guys support, come out, show your spirit, wave your flags, pick up some candy, and cheer for all of those entries and those people in the parade.
That's going to be good for the businesses in that area. Especially the
absolutely. They're
restaurants. and all
super
that, you know?
excited.
They are very excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're going to go right down through the middle
Yeah.
of Depot District, right through Roger's place in the furniture galleries, right there in that
Yep.
general, kind of that general
We
area.
got 2 or
so-
3 restaurants up in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it should be interesting.
Yeah, it'll be a great time.
Yeah. The auxiliaries. How could they play a part in this?
So
Our
the women's
auxiliaries.
auxiliaries, I know before they have passed out the little small stars that are cut from repurposed flags. So they've passed those out with the information on those. They've passed those out. They've also passed out little flags.
Okay.
So we would definitely take any help or any support from any organization.
I don't exactly know what we're going to do. We'll have probably, Cronin as a company, we'll have a couple of entries. We just haven't got down to just exactly what we're going to do
We
with all
also
of
have the
that.
Corvette Club.
Yeah.
How many
Yeah.
Corvettes?
12.
Wow.
12
Oh, wow.
Corvettes. Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
So
The real Corvettes? Yeah.
now,
Yeah. Well, the Corvette Club, I mean, that's huge. That's one of the biggest things, I think, in the parade is the Corvette. Some of the older vehicles that they've got that are in the parade are good, too.
yeah, we might want to also just put that out there that if anyone has any military vehicles or anything that they would like to showcase, we definitely want those in the parade. We want to showcase those military vehicles in any way, in any fashion that we can. So get registered.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to be a business or an organization or anything like that. You can,
Be an individual.
be an individual and enter in the parade.
Yeah, sounds good. Good.
Yeah.
I might go buy me a Jeep or something.
Do it. Do it, Ron. You can. And then, we're very, very blessed to have Ron helping us and also as the Grand Marshal this
Yeah.
year. I think, it is the right fit
Oh,
for
yeah.
the parade since he worked so
Sure.
hard for
Yeah,
the
he's
last
man.
9 years.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
And, last year it was 6 days before the parade when they had to cancel.
Yeah.
And that was sad.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
So, we're going to be doing it rain or shine.
Yes.
We're going to have it.
So now these posters are going to be displayed in prominent
are
locations around the
displayed.
city.
Those are about
Listen.
everywhere they
Yeah.
can be put.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah.
look for these.
Yeah.
There's big ones, there's little ones, there's little
right.
handouts everywhere.
And you guys made these, had these made?
You actually, UPS donated some
What?
posters for us, and so did Office Max
Yeah, and Infinite Print.
and Infinite Print.
See what
Yes.
happens when you get people of influence involved? You know what I'm saying? You get-
Yeah.
Whatever, you guys are more influential than we can ever think to
Yeah,
be.
okay.
If there's anyone that wants any flyers to hang, we can give them out in the park office. They want to come get them. If they want to hang them at their church or they want to hang them at
Sure.
a restaurant. Yeah, we can make more and we can get them to them.
I think before we always went to the business places, like on that street or something, if I remember right, and passed out brochures like that and had them displayed in the window and everything.
Yep,
Yeah,
we've already
it's-
done that.
Yeah.
Roger Stinson's been helping. Ashley's been going door to door.
Sure.
And so, again, we want everyone to know what's happening. We want them to rally around something that
Sure.
deserves to be rallied around. And, there's there's all kinds of progress happening in this city in terms of parks, in terms of the city, in terms of new life that's being created, and it's time to rally around something that we all know and we all love, and that's our veterans. And I think that this parade will do just that.
You know, I have to. Our mayor, he's very proactive and energetic, and a kind of a visionary. You know, so he's bringing a lot of good things, I think, to the city.
Yeah, it
So
might
it's
feel a little
Different.
discombobulated
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. Change is always difficult.
And
for
as he
folks,
says,
you know?
there's no progress with a stagnant
Yeah,
vision.
that's right. Absolutely, absolutely.
So-
Well, nobody, and I think that, like we said, I think that it may be not as aggressive this year, but I think once people get used to that, because people become creatures of habit almost. So what happens is when you have that parade every year and then you don't have it, it kind of throws everybody off. And last year
yeah.
when it was called off there at the last
Oh,
minute,
I heard all kind of
everybody
comments
threw
from
their hands
people.
up and thought,
Yeah,
well, that's
people
over.
were-
It's not going to happen
Yeah,
again.
Right.
community
And
was, yeah.
then again, it's good that somebody was willing to pick the ball up and run with
Yeah.
it because
That's
it takes
also-
the energy to do that.
Thanks to not only the Parks Department for our team really jumping in, but it's all the departments. The fire department, the police department, Donnie Benedict's
Yeah.
been very helpful. The street department will block off all of our streets. The Board of Works was absolutely supportive of this, closing our streets and helping with the route. So all of these things are a team working together
Sure.
to make this happen. It's
Yeah.
not just about the Parks Department taking it over. It's actually just us logistically heading up some of the back end. And it's a collective approach from several departments within the city and several people to make it happen.
That's great. I was thinking, Jane Holman, WayNet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Anything going to be posted on WayNet?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll be posting on all media outlets and all news calendars and all of that. We've done some already. And, so people are definitely helping promote this
Okay.
citywide.
All right. So if people want to get involved, again, we need to tell them to the call.
Yeah, go through this one more time.
Go to the website. What do I need to do? Oh, I want to get involved. I'm excited. I'm hearing this, and I'm like, man, I want to do something.
Well, if you have a bunch of questions or you just want more information, you can always call the park, 983-PARK, and they'll probably direct you to my office if I'm in. And then we have it on our Facebook page, Richmond Parks and Rec, and we have a Facebook event for it. And in the Facebook event, it's tagged at the top of our page, so when you go to it, you'll scroll down and it'll be right there.
Okay.
So you don't have to keep scrolling to find anything. And the link to register is right in that description with the Facebook event. So if you click on it, it'll bring up the registration form, and it's just one little page. And once you submit it, it'll come straight to me.
Okay.
And so then I'll take care of that and get everything in the lineup. And we also have the registration forms are available in the office
Okay.
for pickup. And there are some forms kind of dispersed throughout the community that Ron has put in different locations. I believe there's some at the VFW.
American Legion.
Yep, the American Legion. Yep. So there's a couple places throughout the community too that have them. And he also, if they're given to him, he's been getting them to us as well.
The other thing, we have an intern that's really working on this, a Bonner Scholar from Earlham, and they created a whole contact list for anyone who's been involved in the parade. So we have a spreadsheet we're working off of too, and we'll be calling these people, and we can register them right over the phone. And then they can sign the waiver once they come to the parade that morning. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible to
Sure.
get as many entries as we can, but we'll be checking back with these entries.
Okay.
We're getting ready to.
Okay, so I don't have a military truck or any of that kind of stuff, but I want to get involved. I want to help.
Yeah.
So if a veteran's out there and he or she says, I want to somehow assist in this, what do they do?
They can still call 983-PARK. We'll put them to work. We'll give them a job. If an organization, just wants to walk or doesn't have a float, it's not a far long, lengthy parade.
Yeah.
So it's a walkable parade for anyone, and so they just need to show their red, white, and blue,
Okay.
and be involved and have that theme oriented of supporting our veterans. And they're completely willing, you know, they're fine with being involved and filling out an application. If they want to just be involved and help promote, then all we're asking is to share that event on their Facebook or their social media. That will help us tremendously, so people know what's happening. Or come down and, you know, have fun. Watch the parade, be someone there along the route to cheer and say, way to go, and be excited about this opportunity for our community.
Is Reed going to be involved? I'm an old vet, and I'm worried about, well, if I get out there and I get sick or something, you know, is there going to be anybody out there to help me?
Oh, sure. We will have EMS, the fire department, the police department, all that. They'll be there, and
That's good.
and we'll make sure that everyone's okay and safe during this, just as we always
That's
do
a
in
big
all
deal
of our
to have
events.
all the, yeah, that's a
Oh,
big
We'll
deal.
have
yeah.
a first aid
To have all
kit
those
at the
people.
tent.
Yeah.
You know, the police department will be there, and the
Good.
fire department, and everyone will help in any way they can.
Good, good.
Okay, so let me go through this one more time. We're just about at the end of the road here today.
Okay.
So let me bring up our Veterans Appreciation Dinner. It'll be December the 8th at 5 o'clock at the Tom Raper Center, and reservations need to be in by November 17th. Reservations, November the 17th. The date of the dinner is December the 8th at 5 o'clock at the Tom Raper
Who do
Center.
I call for reservations? I want to make a reservation.
You can call 914-7367. That's
Yeah.
Lisa Creech.
Lisa Creech.
914-7367. And let's go through one more time real quick.
The date and time of the
Date
parade?
and time of the parade.
Yes.
Saturday, November 10th at 12 p.m.
Okay,
Okay.
that's it. And with that,
And forming at,
North
North
E and
E.
North 11th. Look
Okay.
for the big park tent.
okay, straight down North E, down to the Depot District. Okay.
Exactly.
All right, that's it, huh?
we're it.
We're good. All right, hey, thanks, guys, for
Thanks
coming. Really
for
appreciate
coming. We
it.
appreciate that.
Thanks for having
Thanks
us.
for
Thanks for
taking
having
up the parade, I tell you.
Yeah.
really appreciate
That's
that.
a big deal.
All right. All right, folks, well, we got to go.
See ya.
Thanks for watching us, and continue to watch Proudly We Serve.
Cronin Toyota and Cronin Nissan are honored to partner with Proudly We Served, as well as the continued support of our local active and retired military veterans across eastern Indiana.